Good evening. We call the Norwalk WPCA meeting of Monday, July 15th, 2024 to order. It is 5:30 p.m. We have a quorum present. Item number 2. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak?
There are not.
Okay. Item number 3. It is 5:31. Item number 3. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes of the WPCA meeting held on June 17th, 2024? By Mr. Igneri. Any comments, corrections, edits, omissions, edits, proposed corrections? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Bovee, Ostafine, Igneri, Manella, Smith, Freyer, that's unanimous. Thank you. Item number 4. Authorize a transfer of balances in the following accounts set aside in fiscal year 23-24 to fiscal 24-25 to be used for the same purpose the funds were intended for. Approximately $1.5 million for Veolia and $4,500 for Schneider Group. Is there a motion to authorize the transfer? Bovee, I think by a hair. An explanation from staff.
Neda, wanna go over or do you want that I go? About the transfers?
I'm not sure what the first one.
Was it, I can say something about it. It's just what we do every year when we get to the end of the fiscal year. So those are some of the accounts that we had some of the money that we need to move to the next fiscal year account.
Okay, are there any questions from the board? This is something that we do every year. Even though it's not, this is not a capital, these are not capital accounts, right? And the city of Norwalk routinely transfers operating forward as long as we're using it for the same purpose, correct?
Correct.
Anybody have any questions on that? Comments? All in favor of the authorization? Aye. Bovee, Ostafine, Igneri, Manella, Smith, Freyer passes unanimously. Thank you. It is 5:33. And we move into reports, contract operation reports. Mr. Gambino? Is that you?
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So in June, the Veolia collections team completed 0.25 miles of TV inspection, the cleaning of 0.62 miles of sewer lines. We had 86 manhole inspections, 2.09 miles of SL rat, and 2.5 miles of hot list cleaning, which were lining project areas that they were already lining. So we got ahead of them by taking them off our hot list for the next contract year by doing them now so that the lining projects can continue. The IPP program did 38 inspections. I'm happy to report that all 4 final settling tanks are equipped with the new rubber sweeps and are decreasing the scum rapidly. Our new secondary scum line was installed by the Veolia team, which also aided in the removal of the scum at the secondaries. Our secondary plant water pump was repaired and put back online, and there was no significant wet weather event in June. We were in compliance with all permit requirements for the month of June. The net DMR, ATMR, MOR, and the NAR were submitted, as well as the quarterly sludge report. I would also like to go into about the major repair and replacement and out of scope items for the coming fiscal year. The first one is, of the 6 RAS pumps that we just had repaired, we are putting new controls on them so they'll operate more efficiently and will be run by VFDs. We have gone to our vendor and he has given us a good price, so we have put that through. And then the Fort Point station, pump station equipment is being upgraded due to the Walk Bridge project. It's in accordance with that because they have to move a force main line and a couple other of our sewer lines. And in doing so, it's going to enable us to upgrade that station sooner than expected. So that's all well and good and coming in the next contract year. So thank you, everyone. Does anybody have any questions?
It's Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, just to clarify, is the state contributing to that? Because
I can answer that,
Okay.
Russ. So, Ms. Smith, we ended up having a very good, actually, contribution from the state on this one. What happened is that what we agree on, they're gonna actually do the force main, they will be responsible for doing the force main, because actually, as of now, we don't have a part of a force main there, so we are upgrading all to a force main. And with that, we need to upgrade our pump station that is at Vets Park. So what we agree on was that we would buy the pumps and they will be responsible for everything. So I think that we ended up having a very good deal. This agreement, I think we got about 2-3 years ago already. So now we're at the time to order the pumps because we need to have it ready for the work.
Okay, great. Love to hear that.
Anybody else? Good question. Okay, item number 6, it is 5:37. Reports?
Yes,
Staff?
reports. We have the fiscal year 23-24 revenues and expenditures munis report. A copy of that is included. Discussion on the WPC engineering projects. On the catch basin disconnect program, we're working with Brown and Caldwell to finalize the basis of design report. Once that's final, we'll move into designing the next phase of disconnects for that project. For the Hubbles Lane Relief Sewer Project, we're working towards 90% design with Brown and Caldwell. We're expecting to receive the 90% drawings and specifications by the end of this month for review. Beacon Street, we're going to be moving forward with scope for design for approximately 1,000 linear feet of pipe to reduce surcharging in that area. For the Keeler Brook Pump Station Replacement Project, we're working with Eversource to finalize our agreement to do the phase 2 environmental assessment. So we're almost finalized there, and we'll be able to move forward with our consultant, Wright Pierce, to do that environmental assessment. We have discussion on WPCA construction projects. There's a sheet included in that package that has a table that provides the updates. So the total project linear feet is 62, just under 63,000. Right now we've completed just over 42,000, so we're 60% completed in lining with in situ form. So we made great progress, and that includes those additional sewer shed areas that were added to the project. And the consent order, so we have the 2024 annual progress report. As part of our consent order with CTD, we submitted our annual progress report by June 30th. And that provided updates on all the work we did in 2023. So progress towards our goals included more than 40,000 feet of pipe lining, working with Green Mountain in situ form. That includes the Bell Island Samus sewer shed project with those additional scope Marvin Beach area, Woodward Avenue and Shady Beach pump station sewer sheds. We worked with Brown and Caldwell on the basis of the design report for the catch basin disconnect project, which is the feasibility of the 43 priority catch basins that we're hoping to disconnect over the next 5 years. And that would divert approximately 203 million gallons of peak flow for the wastewater collection system. We have the Hubbles Lane Relief Sewer Project that we've been working on this year. That's just about to be a 90% design, which is the 500 feet of new 36-inch on Hubbles Lane and 600 feet of replacing 36-inch with new 60-inch with a new 60-inch interceptor on Smith Street, which would significantly reduce surcharging in that area and permanently close the Wall Street overflow. We also worked with Brown and Caldwell and Arcadis on our facility plan update that was submitted on September 29th, 2023. And that ultimately recommended a comprehensive wet weather flow reduction program to reduce I&I, targeting specific areas in our collection system, and to advance the elimination of our wet weather outfall. So those were the updates that we provided in that annual progress report to the state. Our appeal status is at 42,294. And that is all I have. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Yes, I had one question. In that, you mentioned there was a meeting with DEP back on February 20th. Was there any conclusions or any outcomes or comments on that?
I can answer that. So, Mr. Freyer, we actually received a response letter back late in the week. We haven't had a chance yet to review. We should be looking into it the next few weeks, because Ralph is also out on vacation. We're gonna be really looking into it and try to see what was the response. So we should be reporting on that, hopefully in the next meeting.
Was it positive or is it
I
just
even
still?
had a chance to read the letter. It came on, I think on Friday.
Okay. All right, I'll let you go on that one.
Well, it's just not a simple letter. That's why, you know,
No,
like, when you
I'm-
read on the beginning, there is a lot of things there that's why we need to read it through, try to understand what is the ask and all that. So I cannot really tell you. So just give me, but we'll definitely gonna report. This is a priority for us. And depending on how we understand what is the answer, what they're gonna allow us to do, we have to come back to you guys for approval and also let you go what will be the next direction.
No, I agree with you 100%, and I think you know, Ralph should have a say in or have a voice to be heard as well on that.
Of course. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any comments, questions on anything on the agenda or not on the agenda? Last month's agenda, future agenda? Nothing. Okay, it's 5:43 PM. Is there a motion to adjourn? Mr. Freyer. It was like so close, but all in favor? Aye. Bovios, Fine, Ignary, Manella, Smith, Freyer. It's unanimous. I'll see you guys in August. If we have a meeting, it seems like we are. Seems like you'll have business to
We don't know.
conduct.
We have to see. We'll consider. We'll see where we are. We'll keep in touch if we're gonna keep the meeting or not.
You got something to do? It looks like the 6 of us show up out of 9. So Daleen, you should probably stop recording. The meeting is adjourned.